No bodies, no ruins, not even a name left behind. Welcome to a story history tried to forget. The dirt in the Pennsylvania backcountry does not just hold the dead, it digests them. In the winter of 1774, the settlers of New Providence didn't fear the British crown. They feared the silence that followed the ringing of a bell that no longer existed. Elias Thorne stood by his hearth, holding a letter sealed with black, oily wax. The seal was a crest he hadn't seen in 20 years, a raven perched upon a human skull. "He is coming," Elias whispered, as the freezing air turned his breath into mist. "The collector is coming for the tithe of bone." Julian Vane arrived at the village with a suitcase bound in dried human skin. Every horse within a 5-mile radius dropped dead the moment his boots touched the soil. He walked with a silver-topped cane that clicked against the ground like a ticking clock. Vane was an ossuarius, a seeker of ancient, cursed relics made of bone. He was hunting the first altar, an object buried deep beneath this American settlement. As he entered the village, the atmosphere turned thick, smelling of wet copper and rot. The local priest had sewn his own eyelids shut with thick, black thread to stop the visions. "I saw it," the priest wailed from the shadows. "I saw the architecture of the void." That night, the first of the white shadows appeared at the edge of the woods. They were tall, pale figures with no faces, only smooth skin where eyes should be. When they moved, their joints snapped backward with a sound like breaking dry wood. By morning, a young girl was gone, her bed filled with nothing but graveyard soil and teeth. The nightmare deepened when the graveyard itself began to shift in the dark. Elias and Vane watched as the headstones moved like living things across the grass. The earth was breathing, a slow, rhythmic pulsing that shook the foundations of the houses. "It's not a cemetery," Vane whispered with a mad grin. "It's a mouth." They began to dig beneath the old church, breaking through rock and ancient roots. Deep below, they found a cathedral made entirely of calcified human remains. Tunnels lined with warm, pulsing ribs stretched for miles into the darkness. As they reached the center, the white shadows crawled along the ceiling like insects. Vane reached for the black stone pulsing at the heart of the bone cathedral. "The moment we touch it, the world forgets we ever existed," Elias warned. But Vane didn't stop. His fingers brushed the cold, vibrating surface of the altar. The earth screamed, and the ground of New Providence split wide open. The village, the houses, and the screaming people were swallowed into the black abyss. Elias threw his torch into the pit, igniting the ancient gases trapped within the bones. A wall of blue fire erupted, erasing the town and the curse from the face of the earth. When the sun rose, there was no village, no church, no people. Only a vast, empty field of white flowers remained, smelling of old parchment and ash. Elias Thorne sat alone at the edge of the woods, his mind a complete blank. He couldn't remember his name, his home, or the faces of those he had lost. The traveler who passed by later found only an old man staring at the empty horizon. Beside him, half buried in the mud, lay a silver-topped cane, silent and waiting. Some places aren't destroyed, they're simply forgotten.